Has Patrick Mahomes surpassed Brady, Brees, and your boy Aaron Rodgers?
Yes, obviously. By the way, we're not talking career accomplishments. Like stay off my timeline, which is really begging for it, right?
Don't at me.
Yeah, right, exactly. With the, no, because I'm not comparing their careers. You can't. This guy's in his second season as a starter. I'm talking about right now. Has Patrick Mahomes proved he's the best quarterback in football? Duh. He's the reigning MVP. He really proved it last year. 50 touchdowns and 12 interceptions, a 12-4 record, and it should have been an appearance in the Super Bowl as a first-year starter. So how did he follow that up? Oh, I don't know. They're 3-0. He has 10 touchdowns, no interceptions. He's leading the league in touchdowns, interceptions, yards per attempt, yards per catch, quarterback rating, yards period. He's leading the world in everything. You know why? Because he's better than everyone else. Now, will he win the Super Bowl? I mean, part of that's on Andy Reid. Maybe the answer is no. Andy Reid's never won a Super Bowl. He's a great coach whose clock management at the end isn't always great, who has been out-coached by Bill Belichick in the past. Bill Belichick still coaches the Patriots, who have a better team top to bottom right now. But in terms of quarterback play, guys, he's like the best of Aaron Rodgers meets the best of Brett Favre, only he's in his second season as a starter. He's the reigning MVP, and if you had to give out an MVP right now, you would give it to him, obviously, clearly, and by far. There's no one close. And he just did it against a Ravens defense that gave him problems last year. Stop the foolishness. Of course, Patrick Mahomes is not only the best quarterback and football player in the world, he is the single most important athlete in American team sports right now.
Well, Max would say that because Max is allergic to closing. That's not what he does. He leaves that to other people. And that's really what this comes down to. I'm not going to question the greatness of Patrick Mahomes.
Rivera,
excuse me, we let you speak. Let me speak. The fact, and this ain't about Mariano Rivera, who retired a few years ago. This is about now. And the fact of the matter is, when you look at Patrick Mahomes, again, talent, from a talent perspective, we understand how real he is. But forgive me, because I'm focusing on something different. I want to see you close. You know, that AFC Championship game that they almost won, I recall the first half in which they got shut out. I recall the first half in which they had 32 yards on 4 drives. I recall the first half that, you know, obviously when we look at a guy like Kareem Hunt, who found himself on the commissioner's exempt list, I believe if it were not for him, if he were playing, the Kansas City Chiefs would not only have been in the Super Bowl, but they would have won the Super Bowl. But the fact of the matter is it didn't happen. And it's not like Brady's retired. It's not like Drew Brees is retired. It's not like they've fallen off so much that ultimately they're just there and receiving accolades and all of this other stuff before, you know, their swan song is finally sung and they go into the twilight. The bottom line is that if Drew Brees were healthy right now, Drew Brees would be in the lineup and the Saints would be a Super Bowl contender, which they are. The New England Patriots with Tom Brady are the reigning, defending Super Bowl champions, who, by the way, still has a quarterback in Tom Brady that's balling. So when we look at the individual talent of Patrick Mahomes, while I respect it, appreciate it, and in no way am trying to deny his greatness, all I'm saying is, you know how I am, Molly, about resume, and you know how I am about closing. And at the end of the day, with that talent and with that offense and with that coaching, close the deal, Patrick Mahomes, because I'm not having this conversation about Patrick Mahomes until I see that chip. That's me.
Stephen A., I don't know where you are right now or where you
LA.
woke up, but clearly the LA breeze was too much for you. And when you got the rundown, you said, okay, let me figure out a way that I can make this sound like Patrick Mahomes is not better than these dudes, because that's the easy part. What Max said was the easy part. I'm going to take it a step farther. Patrick Mahomes is better than all these dudes ever were. I'm talking 2007 Tom Brady, 2011 and 2015 Aaron Rodgers, Drew Brees in 2011. All of their greatest years, the greatest they've ever been, they've never been as good as Patrick Mahomes. And everybody knows how I feel about Aaron Rodgers. I watched Aaron Rodgers do things not only on film, not only in my post-career life, I'm talking about in person, that I had never seen a quarterback do. And I've seen Patrick Mahomes do those things and then do more. Patrick Mahomes plays football like a great dunker. What happens is great dunkers, when you look at the Zions and the Jordans and the Levines and Dominique Wilkins, they start out with a talent level that nobody else has. And they're so talented, they start to try to do different things. And then they put it between their legs. Then they go from the free throw line. Patrick Mahomes is inventing new ways to play quarterback. And then if you go back to last year, when he did have double-digit interceptions but 50 touchdowns, you might have said, you know what? He doesn't protect the ball like Brady has, or he doesn't protect the ball like Rodgers has, or Brees has. Now, through 3 games, he has no interceptions, and it's not like he's not taking chances. And then it was, well, he has Tyreek Hill, but then we see Sammy Watkins show us why he was picked 4th, because he's with Pat Mahomes. And Demarcus Robinson, another guy who no one's talking about, who's making one-handed catches, getting catches in 50-50 traffic, because Patrick Mahomes is putting the ball where nobody else can get it. And Mecole Hardman, the guy you go draft because you don't know if Tyreek Hill is going to play, we're hitting him down the seams with balls that get 8 yards off the ground and travel 40 yards down the field. That is that Brett Favre stuff. That is that Aaron Rodgers stuff. But on the other side of that, this is a guy that can move and create plays outside of the pocket, unlike Brees can do, unlike Tom Brady can do. And I know when you start talking about the greats and what they've accomplished, and you compare somebody that's new to the block like Patrick Mahomes, people want to get upset, and historians want to get mad, like Stephen A., and talk about these people's resumes. I don't care about their resumes. I care about when I watch it and I see him make a throw, I go, Drew can't do that. Tom can't do that. Aaron can probably do it, but he's the only one. And when that starts to happen, that's when you know that he's not only surpassed him now. That's an easy question. We know if you're starting a team now and it's just for this year, you take Patrick Mahomes over all these dudes.
But once again, but that's not where I'm going. The fact of the matter is you didn't hear me question the greatness of Patrick Mahomes. What I said is I want to see him close. Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For more sports highlights and analysis, be sure to download the ESPN app. And for live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.